Marcus Aurelius once wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine navigating through a world where emotions often feel like stormy seas. How do we ground ourselves when life throws us off course? In today's video, we're diving into 7 timeless Stoic lessons that could hold the key to mastering your emotions and sailing through life's challenges with unshakable resolve. But before we embark on this journey, I'd be grateful if you like this video so we can continue spreading the essence of Stoic philosophy. If you haven't already subscribed, I recommend hitting that button and activating the bell icon so you won't miss out on future videos. Now, let's get started with Lesson 1. Understanding what's in your control. Have you ever felt like you're caught in the middle of life's unexpected storms? Not the kind that involves rain and thunder, but the personal storms, unexpected challenges, disappointments, or sudden life changes. The ancient Stoics, philosophers from Greece and Rome, have a lesson that feels like an anchor amidst these turbulent waves. The dichotomy of control. Imagine planning a beautiful outdoor event, only for rain to ruin your day. Now, no matter how much we might want to, we can't control the weather, but how you react to it, well, that's entirely up to you. You could be frustrated or disappointed, or you could adapt, moving the event indoors or seeing the rain as a refreshing change. Consider Epictetus, born a slave but rising to become one of the greatest Stoic philosophers. His simple yet profound wisdom reminds us that some things are in our control and others are not. It sounds obvious, but think about how often we fight against this truth in our daily lives. We can control what we do, our actions, our routines, the company we keep, but many things lie outside our grasp. Global events, other people's actions, and even time itself. Now here's where Stoicism becomes a life changer. The Stoics believed our well-being doesn't depend on these external events, but on how we interpret them. It's not the situation itself, but how we judge it that determines our emotional response. Think back to a time when you faced a setback. Maybe you didn't land that dream job, and it felt devastating at the time. But later, perhaps you saw it was for the best, opening doors to unexpected growth or new opportunities. So, how do we put this principle into practice? The next time you face a challenge, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is yes, take action. If it's no, then it's an opportunity to practice acceptance and adaptability. This shift in mindset frees us from unnecessary stress, allowing us to navigate life with calm and focus, even when we can't control the winds. Lesson 2. Reflect before reacting. In today's world of instant reactions, tweets, texts, and quick decisions, taking a moment to pause and reflect can seem like a thing of the past. Yet this very act of reflection could be our saving grace. Think of how often you're faced with decisions, whether it's choosing a meal at a restaurant or making a career-altering choice. The decisions themselves may vary in importance, but what truly matters is how we approach them. Let's consider a common scenario. You receive a text or email that frustrates you. Perhaps it's a colleague questioning your work or a friend making a sharp comment. The immediate reaction might be to respond with defensiveness or anger. But what if, instead of acting on that gut reaction, you took a moment to breathe? By allowing yourself even a brief pause, you're not ignoring your emotions, but giving them space to be understood. This reflection is an active engagement with your feelings, helping you uncover why certain comments trigger such a strong reaction. Is it really about the comment itself, or is it tied to past experiences or deeper beliefs? Moreover, taking time to reflect fosters empathy. Maybe your colleague had a tough day, or your friend didn't realize the impact of their words. This simple pause can transform how we engage with others, making our conversations more constructive and our relationships stronger. Leaders who take time to reflect before reacting often gain more respect because their decisions are rooted in wisdom rather than impulse. In a world obsessed with speed, reflection is a powerful tool, helping us create depth and understanding in a fast-paced life. Lesson 3. Practice dispassion. Now, in a world that sometimes feels like an emotional roller coaster, the idea of dispassion might seem out of place. But what does it really mean? Practicing dispassion doesn't mean becoming indifferent or cold. Instead, it's about learning to observe situations and even your emotions without getting overwhelmed. Imagine you're watching a thrilling movie. You feel tension, excitement, maybe even sadness, but deep down, you know it's just a movie. You're not rushing in to help the characters. You're engaged but detached. That's the essence of dispassion. You're participating in life's events, feeling the emotions, but staying grounded. In today's information-driven world, where we're bombarded by news, updates, and endless notifications, dispassion becomes a protective shield. Reacting to every single thing would leave us mentally exhausted. Instead, dispassion allows us to step back, giving us room to respond thoughtfully and with balance. In relationships, this practice is essential. We've all had conversations that escalate, where tempers flare, but practicing dispassion lets us navigate these moments calmly, listen better, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It's a skill that creates healthier, more harmonious interactions. others. Even during conflicts, by cultivating dispassion, we find balance. We're not suppressing our emotions, but choosing how we engage with them. And when we master this, we can fully enjoy life's joys without being controlled by our fears or attachments. Lesson 4. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? We've all been there, caught up in the heat of a moment where everything feels monumental. Whether it's a missed deadline, a critical comment, or a forgotten birthday, these moments can overwhelm us. But asking this one simple question, will this matter in 5 years, can instantly shift our perspective. When you transport yourself into the future, suddenly those minor frustrations seem less significant. How many of the things that stressed you out 5 years ago still hold weight today? By keeping the bigger picture in mind, we realize that most of our daily stresses won't even be remembered. This question helps us focus on what truly matters: our relationships, personal growth, and meaningful experiences. It encourages resilience and helps us navigate life's challenges with a calm heart. Lesson 5. Keep a Stoic journal. The idea of journaling has existed across cultures for centuries, not just as a record of daily events, but as a tool for personal reflection and growth. For the Stoics, journaling was much more than a mere diary. It was a practice of self-awareness. Imagine ending each day by reflecting not only on what happened, but on how you reacted. What made you upset? What brought you unexpected joy? How did you handle a particular challenge? This process helps us better understand our triggers and patterns, giving us insight into how we can live with more intention. One of the most famous examples is Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who kept a journal, later published as Meditations. Though it was meant for personal use, his reflections offer us a glimpse into his thought process, how he navigated the pressures of being a leader while practicing the principles of Stoicism. Keeping a Stoic journal allows us to cultivate this same self-dialogue. It's not about simply recording the day's events, but about analyzing our emotional reactions, thoughts, and actions. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns in your behavior. What makes you anxious? What lifts your spirits? And how certain situations influence your mindset. This awareness leads to growth because it provides a roadmap for self-improvement. Think of journaling as having a wise friend who listens without judgment, helping you see your own life from a more balanced perspective. The act of writing things down can help clarify thoughts and emotions, making it easier to handle challenges with grace. In a world full of distractions, a Stoic journal is a place where you can ground yourself, process your experiences, and guide your future actions with purpose. Lesson 6. See obstacles as opportunities. Life is filled with challenges, big and small. But what if, instead of viewing these obstacles as problems, we started to see them as opportunities for growth? The Stoics believe that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This mindset turns challenges from something to be feared into something to be embraced. Think about a river that encounters a boulder in its path. Does the river stop? No. It either flows around it or slowly erodes the rock over time, carving a new path. The obstacle, which seemed like a hindrance, actually becomes an agent of change, shaping the river's journey. In much the same way, life's obstacles can shape our path for the better if we choose to see them that way. A quote from Marcus Aurelius beautifully captures this concept. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Imagine losing a job. At first, it may feel like a devastating blow, but often, these setbacks open doors to new opportunities, perhaps a career change or the chance to pursue a passion you had neglected. The same goes for personal challenges. A difficult breakup might lead to profound self-discovery, resilience, and ultimately, a healthier relationship down the line. This mindset fosters resilience. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You can start asking, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? By adopting this perspective, we become more adaptable and less overwhelmed by life's challenges. Seeing obstacles as opportunities doesn't mean we minimize genuine hardship or pretend everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that within every difficulty, there is a seed of growth. The Stoic approach teaches us that life's challenges, no matter how daunting, can guide us toward wisdom, strength, and personal fulfillment. Lesson 7. Practice gratitude. In a world that often pushes us to focus on what we don't have, practicing gratitude can feel like a revolutionary act. The Stoics believe deeply in the power of gratitude, not as a fleeting feeling, but as a daily practice that roots us in the present moment. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's about deeply acknowledging all the things, big and small, that enrich your life. It's about recognizing the value in everything from a warm meal to the support of a friend to the breath in your lungs. This practice fosters contentment, shifting our focus away from lack and toward abundance. Imagine starting or ending your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, this simple exercise changes your outlook, helping you appreciate the present instead of constantly yearning for what's next. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more success, more money, more validation, but gratitude reminds us that we already have so much to be thankful for. In practicing gratitude, we also become more resilient. When challenges arise, gratitude helps us see the bigger picture. Instead of focusing solely on what's going wrong, we can appreciate what's still going right. And when we're truly grateful for the good in our lives, we become less envious, less anxious, and more grounded. Moreover, gratitude strengthens our relationships. Expressing appreciation to the people around us builds trust, nurtures bonds, and creates a positive cycle of kindness and goodwill. In a world that often emphasizes more, practicing gratitude teaches us to be at peace with what is, to savor life, cherish the present, and celebrate the small joys. As we close today's exploration of these 7 Stoic lessons, we're left with ancient wisdom that still resonates in our modern lives. How will you apply these Stoic principles to shape your tomorrow? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for being here. Stay grounded, stay curious, and never stop seeking wisdom.